Hey gamers. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hi. Hi everybody. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh my god, I missed y'all. I missed y'all so much. Thank you for all the first time chats. Thank you for all the subscriptions. I don't even know what to say at this point because I did not expect there to be this huge flood. I mean, like, it's 12 a.m. It's literally 12 a.m. and I'm just I'm going live now. Sorry if I'm talking a little funny. I have a cough drop in my mouth because I don't want to cough too much because I know that's not great audio. But I am sick. And I have been for like a few weeks. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Mainly because I missed y'all. I missed y'all a bunch and I wanted to hang out. I'm just gonna be casually playing a little bit of Monster Hunter while I do. Probably not gonna be like a huge focus. I just, you know, I want to have something to do. I want to occupy my brain while I stream. Thank you so much for all these subscriptions. I did not move on to the great streaming platform in the sky. So what happened is I did a big moving fundraiser in December, at like very early in December. And then I moved to Penny's place pretty like early before my lease was actually up, because the place I was living in, I know I haven't talked about this much because like I didn't want there to be any like legal problems while I was living there, even though like nobody knows where I live, so it actually didn't matter. But I'm like a very overly cautious person, but it was not a great place to live. And I guess also part of me just didn't want to like bum people out by talking about it all the time, but it did kind of suck. It was not a great place. it was nice because it was mine, you know? Like, I was able to make it what I needed it to be for quite a while. And it was great. It was enjoyable to be able to do that. But the place itself was kind of bad. Kind of shitty. All things considered, I didn't love it. And now I am in a new place. I'm with Penny. She's currently away. But I just been chilling, so I figured it would be nice to talk about some stuff because my controller's all fucked up. Is it my controller's fault? Okay, yeah, we're good. But yeah, no, I wanted to stream again because I missed y'all a lot, and also, I've been thinking about stuff. My brain has been active, and I've just been thinking and recontextualizing a lot of stuff in my brain, and I wanted to talk about some of it. Just while chilling out and playing a little Monsty Hunty. I'll just do some random fights. Yeah, it's just, you know, it's been a long time since I've streamed, and I didn't mean to take away this long, but a lot of stuff happened in a very short period of time. As I was saying, you know, I moved out of my old place, and I got down to Penny's very early, because I was going to fly back up here for Christmas anyways, and I flew back up for Christmas, and I got back up on, like, the 23rd of December, and then I went to my parents' house. Everything was mostly fine, you know? I was sad to be away from Penny after all my time spent with Penny, but, you know, it was just, it was nice. It was nice to see all my friends, see how they were doing before I fully, like, moved down here for good. And then, so ever since I went to the airport, I was feeling very, under the weather in a way that concerned me. I was like, oh God, I definitely have the COVID. I definitely have the special services disease. And it turned out that I didn't. But I was pretty positive that I did have it. So I went to my parents' house for Christmas, and that was fine. But then a couple days later, I was still, like, coughing every once in a while. I think I actually legitimately just got a cold. Oh shit, you know what happened? I totally forgot to mention. As soon as I got back, and I'm pretty sure I posted about some of this. I don't actually know if I did. I'm not entirely sure if I did or not. But the starter in my car was broken. I'm gonna lower the music a little bit more. The starter in my car was broken, and basically I had to replace it. I had to walk home a few blocks in like 2-degree weather, because my car broke down while I was at, like, CVS, and it wouldn't turn back on, and so I had to walk home in the freezing cold, and I think I got a cold from that, and then, like, I was positive that I had COVID, but I didn't have COVID. And I went home, and I had to get the whole thing replaced. It was very expensive, and it was very, like, it was like, oh God, why now of all times? Ugh. So I was feeling sick because of that. So I was like, shit, I gotta get tested. So I was going to a testing place where you could go and, you know, they stick the funny little stick up your nose. And I wanted to get tested, so I was on my way to that. It was very early in the morning. For me, it was like 9 a.m., which is earlier than I'm usually awake. And I was driving on the interstate, and my car started hydroplaning, which I don't know if y'all know what that is, but some days, if your tires are really bad, and I guess mine got pretty bad, if you're going like above like 40 miles an hour, your wheels will start to no longer be driving on the street, and they'll actually be driving on like the layer of water on the street, and so they won't have any traction, and they'll slip and slide around. So I was on my way to the COVID test. I was on the interstate. It was very fast. You know, everybody was going like fast. I was trying to like, I was in the merge lane. I wasn't even like going, you know, like I wasn't even like top speed going. And my car spun out and went across 3 lanes of interstate traffic. And it was the most scary. It was literally the scariest thing that's ever happened, like, to me. Just all things considered, I have never been that scared before in my entire life. Which, like, I feel like y'all can imagine why. Like, I was pretty sure I was gonna die when that happened. I didn't, though. But my car did. My car, the last thing I remember is, like, a car coming straight towards me. And I was just like, all right, gotcha. That's it. But I guess they also kind of, like, swerved to not hit me. And they ended up hitting the back of my car instead. So instead of dying, I didn't. Which is great. It's really great that I didn't. But my car, I did lose my car in the whole process, and I was a bit injured. Not enough to go to the hospital. And also, I didn't have insurance at the time. I was between insurances, so I wasn't able to go to the hospital. So I just kind of, it was one of those, like, hey, walk it off, hope for the best. With the problem being that I had to move, you know? I had to get out of my old apartment in 3 days. I had 3 days to get out of my old apartment before I'd be overstaying my lease. But I still had furniture in there. Because the whole idea was to bring most of my stuff down to Penny in a U-Haul and then go back up and then just use my car to carry, like, my essentials that I had left there, right? And now I was hurting. I was pretty banged up, and I had all this moving to do. So I didn't even have time to relax, really. I think I went home after that situation, and I went to sleep. And then as soon as I woke up, I had to start packing stuff. You had a big headache? Yeah, that's usually from, like, whiplash, because your neck moves around so much. So all that stuff happened, and it was, Jesus. Get up the cliff! What? There, see? I did it. All's well that ends well. So, like, yeah, I was having a very bad time. And luckily I had these very good friends of mine, my friends Lucien and Emmett, who live nearby. They helped me get my stuff together, and pack up and get the furniture moved. But I still had to do a lot of physical labor by myself, just because, like, there were times where they weren't available, or there were times where, like, just one of them couldn't carry everything. So I had to also be carrying the other side of, like, a big piece of furniture or something. And that sucked. That sucked a lot. Made everything quite a bit harder. Oh, that was kind of cool that I just did that. Is my defense maxed out yet? That's the thing I care most about, because I have a build that prioritizes attack, and my defense is rather low. So I can kill monsters really quickly, but they can also kill me really quickly. So I have to be very careful. All that's to say though, is it was a strenuous period of time. And then after all that happened, I stayed with my friends for a little bit, and my parents devised a plan to get me back to Georgia, because now I didn't have a car. So now I had to rely on my parents to get me back to my home, which, like, that sucks. You know, I've been a very independent person my entire life. And I don't like relying on other people if I can help it. But I was in a position where I had to, no matter what, like there was no choice but to like accept help. So my parents were gonna pick me up, but they couldn't do it right away. So I was staying with my friends for a little bit, and my friends ended up getting COVID during the week I was staying there, because I don't know if they'd want me to share this or not, but basically their boss was like hiding that some of their coworkers had COVID and making them work anyways. So everybody got sick, which is kind of fucked up, you know, just a little bit fucked up. So I ended up getting sick as well, obviously, because I was in the same place as them for like the entire time. Oh, please fight for my amusement. Don't you want to fight each other? Don't you want to fight each other? You don't want to leave yet, do you? I'm not close enough to him. There, I'll give him a little poke. All right, look, they're gonna fight each other now for my amusement. Look at them go! You missed. You missed. What are you doing? No! Wait, don't leave! Oh, they were supposed to fight each other. Okay, damn it. But yeah, so I got COVID. I got COVID because of that. And obviously, you know, like, they couldn't have avoided it, and subsequently I couldn't have avoided it. So it was just like a bad situation all around. You know, it's the fault of capitalism, not any individual person in this case. And honestly, I love them so much. So even if it was their fault somehow, I'd be fine, you know? But I have been trying to recover from it for like a while. It's been pretty rough. I just had to dig some cough drops out of my purse because I've been coughing like crazy. So basically it's been a rough few weeks, you could say. And that's why I haven't been able to stream, because the audio would have been bad because I would have been coughing up a storm. And I still have a lot of days where I'm coughing up a storm. But at the very least, it's better than it was. So I feel kind of okay to stream a little bit and just relax and hang out with y'all. So I kind of had to take some time off, you know, like I had no choice but to take time off. And I have been, as y'all know, as y'all probably realized, I have been away from streaming for about a month now. I think it's like 2 days less than a month that I've been away from streaming. And that is the longest break I have ever taken from streaming. I'm not even kidding. Like, I have never stepped away from streaming for this long, you know? Like, I just haven't. I just have never done that. Because I love, first of all, I love streaming. It's a very excellent job. If, you know, like, sometimes I don't even think of it as a job. You know, it technically is, because it's like how I make money and how I afford to live. But like, you know, in those moments, it doesn't feel like a job. You know, it feels very fun. But I have never I've never taken a break. Since the moment I started streaming, since the moment I made my channel, I have never gone an entire month without streaming, which is like weird for me, you know? It was a totally weird experience, and I felt weird about doing it, even though, like, what could I have done differently, you know? Like, I'm literally the most sick I've been in, like, years. And all that's to say is I've been on the mend. I've been recovering. Things have been getting a lot better. But despite that, you know, I had to take all this time off, and it just, you know, it didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to have to do that, but there's literally no way I could have kept streaming. Like, I have to keep reminding myself that. Like, I have to keep reminding myself that I didn't stop streaming because of some moral failing. Like, I literally couldn't have, like, kept going in my current state, because I had just gotten in a car crash. I just moved. I just got COVID. Like, it's all bad. It was pretty bad for a little bit there. But I do have a hard time cutting myself that slack. I do. And I know it shouldn't be that hard, because, like, it's necessary. You have to, like, give yourself a break sometimes. And yet, I felt really bad about it. And beyond that, I also just felt bad watching my, like, Twitch stats go down, which of course they went down. Like if you're not streaming, then of course they're gonna go down. And yet I still, like, looked at them all the time to be like, oh shit, I can't believe this is happening. Me, the person who works so hard to stream every fucking, like, 4 times a week or whatever. Now I'm having all these struggles. And, you know, I, like, had a hard time looking away from it. And only now, after all this shit has happened, have I, like, you know, I've had, like, some time to think. I've had some time to sort of just, like, mentally come to terms with everything. And I feel like I've had a bit of an epiphany. I feel like it was a few nights ago, so I'm gonna have to take some time, like, thinking my way through it. Because it was kind of, you know, it was a big deal for me. And, but it's hard to keep all the details in your brain at once. So, essentially, I started to realize that, I very much need to rethink, the way that I see the things that I make. And there were a few, like, different things that helped me realize that. And the reason that I need to sort of rethink things is because of that discontent that I felt when looking at the Twitch stats and the YouTube stats and how they were doing. 'Cause, like, of course I would have that reaction to, like, not being able to stream and do what I love to do. But in a lot of ways, I feel like it went a little deeper than that. 'Cause I'm a very frequent streamer when I'm streaming, you know, like, 2021 itself was, like, very rough, emotionally. And I probably could have mitigated that if I wasn't streaming 4 days out of the week, which I think I would love to do. I would love to stream 4 days a week. And I enjoyed doing that on, like, a base level. But, you know, it also, like, it is a very tangible use of energy that, like, I can't not think about as well. It was, yeah, it sometimes was 5. Yeah. Oh. No, don't apologize. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. But yeah, like, did the Rathlos just leave again? I wanted to do a big monster fight, but I guess I'm not going to. Guess I'm not going to get to do that because all these people they're all friends. All these guys are friends. Shit. Well, he just knocked me. He just knocked me into the fucking abyss. Oh, jeez. Okay. So, yeah, I had to eliminate Tuesday from existence to give myself a 4-week schedule, which is why 2021 had so few Tuesdays. And then when I went on break, Tuesdays started gradually coming back. Like they weren't afraid of me anymore. And that was, a weird feeling because Tuesdays have been afraid of me since the beginning of time. It feels like. Jokes aside, I just like, I've just been in a weird spot because not being able to stream has made a lot of things a bit more clear to me in the past few weeks, with this very important moment of clarity happening a couple nights ago. So basically, not exactly sure the best way to dig into this, but I throughout my life have had some problems, and I think I've talked about this on stream at least a couple times. And I'm going to go ahead and preface this with a content warning for talk about addiction. It's it's going to be deep. It's going to be heavy. It's going to be a positive talk. I think it's going to be hopefully, we are certainly not going to end on any sour notes, but in order to talk about the good stuff, I do have to preface it with some stuff that maybe isn't the most pleasant to hear about or talk about. But just throughout my life, especially in college, I very much started indulging in very addictive tendencies. I think the earliest thing is when I first got into college. I was drinking a lot, and I didn't it certainly wasn't a healthy amount, it was hey, I'm partying with my friends, but we're also partying every day for some reason because we're in college, I guess, I would have my friends over all the time, and also just things in my life weren't really going the way I wanted them to. This is way before I started streaming. And I wanted that outlet. I had tried and failed to make YouTube channels so many times. And I mean failed as in I made them and then I would get 2 views per video and then I'd get sad about it and stop making them, which it turned out that the remedy for that was to, when I was on Twitch, is to just keep making the stuff that gets 2 views per video. Just keep doing that. And then eventually shit will happen. But in the very beginning, I didn't understand that at all. And so I didn't have that many creative outlets. I was doing a lot more art than I am now. But I would say overall, I was probably in a worse mental state. And eventually, I feel like it bears to mention that I didn't break my alcohol addiction in a standard sort of way, if that makes sense. I most people, they have lifelong struggles with it and they have a tough relationship with it forever. But I sort of, oh, Jesus. I sort of just one day I was this isn't fun anymore. And I stopped. And a lot of it had to do with my life getting a little bit better. It's when things got better, I didn't need to rely on it anymore. And that wasn't the whole like, that wasn't the entire thing, you know. Obviously there's a ton of factors that go into like stopping an addiction like that, but in a lot of ways it was just like my life was improving and I didn't like think about it as a crutch anymore. And then I kind of got to the place where I am today, which well, nowadays I don't drink at all because like there's no conventions, but basically I would just like drink at conventions and nowhere else, because that's when all of my friends would get together to like party and hang out and stuff, and it was, you know, it's a good time. It's a good time to just like chill with your friends and drink. But I didn't have this like dependency on it, you know. I wasn't using it to feel better. I was using it to just like chill out and be social. You know, like I used to go clubbing a lot, which I think, you know, if I was still clubbing, I would definitely like have a drink or two. But like even then, when I was going to the clubs, I didn't like getting wasted, because that didn't feel super safe. So I you know, I was very responsible, and like I didn't like. Can I please pick up these things? I was pressing the wrong button, but I'm gonna act like it's the game's fault. But yeah, it was, you know, it was just like I had at some point just stopped needing it. But you know, like life keeps moving, as it is often wont to do. And more tribulations came around, and I didn't go back to alcohol. But I did get really, really into the Kingdom Hearts phone game. And that's going to sound silly, I know. And it's okay, you can laugh about it. It is pretty silly. But the thing is that the Kingdom Hearts phone game was a gacha game. A really bad one, too. Because, like, at least with most gacha games, like, I don't know, like, Genshin, I assume. I've never played... I mean, I did play Genshin for, like, a day, but I didn't stick with it at all. But at least with Genshin, it's like, you know, you get new characters that you can play the game with, and they all have their different, like, attacks and fighting styles. Or you could get, like, Aloy or whatever. You know, at least there's some kind of, like, value you're receiving from it. And if you're playing, like, rhythm games, like, at the very least, even though the gacha characters in rhythm games generally don't add anything to the gameplay experience, at the very least, I would say that at least there is a game to play underneath the gacha. Like, there's still a rhythm game you can enjoy while it does have, like, these predatory practices. It's also like, hey, you could still just, like, stop buying stuff and start playing music, and it's, like, the same experience, basically. And Kingdom Hearts was different, because Kingdom Hearts didn't really have gameplay. It just had the gacha. Like, the gameplay was essentially to tap on the screen, but it was so repetitive and annoying that, like, players hated doing the main gameplay loop. So Square Enix fixed said gameplay loop by removing the gameplay entirely and just putting an auto button on, like, everything in the game. Like literally, like, you would do quests automatically, or you would do, oh, I'm dead. You would do quests automatically. You would attack automatically. Just like they would make everything completely automatic. And, you know, now the more you ignored the game, the better of an experience it was. But I was very addicted to it. I didn't really have money to spend on it back then. As you can imagine, being in college, I was completely broke all the time. But what little money I had, from, like, a job that gave me, I'm not even kidding, like 15 hours a week, and it did not pay me very well for those hours. Almost all the money that I got in excess would go to this gacha game. And I was okay with that at the time. But it was a crutch, you know? Like, I had to be doing that. I had to be, like I would get home from classes and I'd be stressed out because of all the work that I had to do. And then, like, I would be like, okay, let's de-stress and play and placed in Kingdom Hearts. And the thing about the Kingdom Hearts phone game is that like the Japanese version was not very predatory, but the reason I was playing the game was to have the story of the game, you know, like because it furthers the lore of Kingdom Hearts, and that stuff is very important to me. So I had to play the English version, which everything was like, I'm not even kidding, everything was pretty much double the price. Everything was double what it costed in the original Japanese version, which is insane. It's fucking insane. And it was it was really bad. They basically had a budget pack, which was like, it had you spending $15 a week, and I did that. You know, like that's an insane amount of money. Like, and a regular MMO is like $15 a month, and I was spending $15 a week on the Kingdom Hearts phone game because that's what you had to do if you wanted to get some of the new stuff. Even then, you know, none of the new stuff was guaranteed. It was just like, hey, you want a better chance? You want a better chance at getting some stuff? And yeah, it was really, really gross. It was like $7 a week in Japan. But you know, if you're playing the Japanese version, you're not really getting the whole experience. Because I mean, like, it kind of, you know, the whole reason I was playing the game is specifically to know the story, and I didn't read any Japanese back then, and even now I still like, I don't know much kanji, so it's not very useful. But all that being said, is the Kingdom Hearts phone game was very, very bad for me. And I didn't see it as an addiction until it was in hindsight. Like, the way I can put this is, excuse me, I'm trying to fight the big T-Rex. I didn't see it as an addiction at the time, but in retrospect, it certainly was, you know, obviously. I feel like it's very obvious to everybody now, but like back then, you know, I was just like, this is just a video game that I'm playing and I can stop whenever I want. Fuck it. And like the way I was able to identify it as such is that I was still playing it long past the point where it was any fun to me or any form of interest. And the reason I initially stopped is because I started getting everything that I wanted out of the game without trying. Like, let me put this in perspective. There were 2 medals that broke the game, like, completely. And I say broke the game, but they literally were more like barriers. Like, you couldn't enjoy the game or really even play the game unless you got these super rare medals. One of them was this like art of Kyrie's face in like a profile view, and it was so busted. You use it at the start of your attacks, and then all of your attacks for the rest of the like round are like at their maximum level of buff, which is insane. And I rolled for it once and got 2 of them in one roll, which is insane. Like that is insane. That's like, so if you're like playing Fate Grand Order or whatever, and you're going for a 6-star or whatever, I don't know what the fuck the stats are in that, but like, you know, it's like a very small, it's like less than a single % of a chance. And I got 2 of them in one go. And then the next week there was a Shion one, which was basically the same, except for the dark keyblades. And I did another roll, and I got 2. I'm not even kidding. I got 2 of them again on my first try. And I immediately lost interest in the game completely. Because what I've noticed is about these phone games is that, like, they're meant to, like, they're not meant to give you dopamine, I don't think is a fair way of saying it. I think the more fair way of saying it is that they hold your dopamine hostage, you know? Like, they withhold the fun of enjoying your favorite series or game unless you are paying an exorbitant amount of money. And when I started, I didn't like actively make a choice. I wasn't like, I am no longer receiving a dopamine hit, so I no longer want to play this game. I didn't have any like massive revelations. I just like, I was like, wait a minute, this isn't fun to me. Why am I not having fun? I'm just gonna stop. If I'm not gonna have any fun with this, then I'm just not gonna do it. Doge, thank you. So, at that point, I didn't even like have to try to stop the game. I just stopped using it. So all of that is to say is that over the years, I have had many different encounters with my like issues of addiction. And every single time that they have like reared their head, the way that I have stopped them is a combination of just like, not necessarily understanding, because it's not like I was like, oh, I am addicted to this thing. I usually had to realize that after the fact. But it's just like, you hit a point where you're like, there's no longer a return on any of this, and I'm just like, I'm not having a good time anymore. It's a combination of that and these moments where my life was like getting a lot better. You know, time went on, and I graduated college and got a job at like Jimmy John's, and it was rough. It wasn't the most fun I've ever had in my life. Do I need another cough drop? I think I do.
Wah, wah, wah.
Because otherwise I'll be like, thank you, Long Egg, for the subscription. Yeah, but like, my school was like kind of bad, and they didn't really give me a good education. They just, I don't know. They were just kind of a not a great place. So I didn't really have any job prospects. And that is like why I got into streaming. I wasn't like trying to make a job out of it, right? Like, I was just like, the way I felt about it is, currently, because of all this, I cannot see a direction for my life. Like, I don't know what direction my life has right now, and I have a hard time comprehending it. But I wanted to find a way to like continue to move forward, even if it wasn't necessarily the way I expected to. So with all of that being said, I decided to pick up streaming because to me, it felt like a way to keep like furthering myself as a person without like, having to like, I don't know, get like a job in the industry, which for me is the 3D modeling industry. Because like, literally, I was the top of my class for 3D modeling. I was in the middle of my class for like coding, because I was very good at coding, but I hated doing it. So like, there were always these massive parts of code that I like knew how to do, but I just like forgot to do them. But I was at the top of my class for 3D modeling, and my teachers frequently expressed that the stuff that I was turning in was some of the best stuff that they have ever seen out of this program. They said that it was the best stuff they had ever seen come out of this program. Okay, I should clarify. I like C++ and I like Visual Basic, which are the two like programming languages I know. And I like HTML and CSS. I fucking hate JavaScript, which was most of my major. I hate JavaScript so much. I think it's the worst. I think JavaScript is the worst thing in the universe. So a lot of my professors for 3D modeling were saying that the work I was turning in was like the best work out of the class. And not only the class, but out of the program. And the reason that that isn't a good thing is because my projects were kind of bad. They were like pretty bad. They were pretty bad. They were not very appealing. There was so much stuff that I didn't know how to do. The animation was like stiff to the worst imaginable fault. And despite this, it was still the best that most of those professors had seen turned in as work. And that like that kind of thing was like, it should have made me happy, but it super didn't. Like, all things considered, like being at the top of my game, but the game is like nowhere. The game is nothing. The game is how fast can you pat yourself on the back? It didn't feel good, you know? Yeah, I was doing something right. I was doing a lot of things right, but everything I had learned in those classes was everything I learned in those classes was like self-taught. Like, I went on YouTube and like watched tutorials for everything, because my teachers, some of them were nice, some of them were cruel, but none of them knew what they were doing. None of them were 3D modeling teachers. They wanted to save money on it. The school wanted to save money on it, so they literally had like geometry teachers like doing everything. And that's like not how you learn 3D modeling. That's not how you learn animation. There was a guy who taught these. Is it just me, or is this guy like super tiny? Why are you so tiny? Wait, what the fuck? Look at him. Look how small he is. What the fuck? Is it supposed to be like that? It's so funny. What the fuck? Look how small he is. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Yeah, I'm like kicking the shit out of him, but he's like a little guy. Oh my god. How are you so small? But yeah, you know, it was just a bad time. And I started streaming so I could feel like I was like good at something, you know? And I wasn't good at it when I started, but I was learning something new, you know? I was doing something new. I was trying out a new thing, and I was determined to do it every day, at the time. My streams are usually like an hour long, and I would do them with, my friend Lucian, who I was earlier talking about, who let me stay with him, while I was moving, in the process of moving. And I was in this state where, even though a lot of shit in my life was going really wrong, I was having a blast, you know? Like, me and him were like playing Portal and Super Mario 3D World, and I was playing like Overwatch to pass the time, and sometimes I would do solo streams of Overwatch and stuff. But like the most fun streams, obviously, to me were like the collabs that me and Lucian did. And we were having so much fun. We were literally having like the most fun that two people could have. It was just like, it was so great. It was so great. I will never, ever, ever forget like those streams. And you know, like we played Portal 2 multiplayer, and we actually like, we got worn out, and we stopped playing in the last room of Portal 2, like the one where you're about to like confront the end of the game. I don't really even know what the end of the game looks like, but you're about to go to the end of it. And we just stopped because we were bored. Not bored. That's not the right word, because like Portal isn't like boring. It was more like we were just out of energy, and we just stopped. We just stopped playing. Yeah, the big co-op vault door. So we never finished it. But nobody really like came to those streams. Like those are the streams where there was like either one person in chat or 0 people in chat. And that is like that's fine, you know. Sometimes that's how it is, especially when you start. And then like that's how it was when we started Mario 3D World. But I'm not kidding. Like by the end of Mario 3D World, we had a stream where there were 15. At one point, there were 15 people watching the stream at one time, and that was like the most excited I had ever been. I was like, Lucy, look how many people there are! Oh my fucking god, look at this! I'm losing it. Look how amazing this is. Because there were 15 people, and I was like, this is the best thing. Like I never thought that there would be this many people in my stream. And of course, it was all like friends. It was all just like people that I knew already that were watching. And despite that, if it was like a huge milestone for me, you know, that is, yeah, it's like a whole classroom. And it was exciting, you know, it was exciting to have this new thing that me and my best friend were doing. And, you know, I very, very much enjoyed that. But, you know, like, we both got kind of busy, and eventually I pivoted to doing most of my streams by myself. I still streamed to them when he was free, which just happened to not be very often. But, you know, I was still, like, fully enjoying myself, like, all the time. I was having such a blast while I was, like, in those early days, and it's, like, nobody was watching, but, like, I got to sit there and enjoy myself. And I remember one time I was playing Sonic Riders, and there were 50 people. There were 50 people watching me, and I was like, and there wasn't a raid. It was just like, I guess like a lot of the people who had watched me over the first year of me streaming, just happened to show up at that time, and I was like blown away. I was like, this is a solo stream, and that means that these people are all here just to like watch me hang out and chat and play games and stuff. And it was great. Now, 2019 was a very turbulent year for me. A lot of folks know the story about that, especially if you were here when everything went down. But there were some friends who had made a very big impact on my early streaming career. And by the end of the day, it kind of turned out that they were like very much taking advantage of me. It was a bad situation because they were my best friends for a long time. You know, I was spending every day with them. I was just like, I don't know, we were just hanging out like all the time. And then it kind of turned out that like, oh, shit was actually really bad. Yeah, it ended up it all spilled out in 2020 when literally like I couldn't stay quiet about it anymore, because they were starting to take advantage of people who like were just fans of them, like not like, because I was a fan of them, which is why they were able to take advantage of me like super easily. But then there was like other fans that like they started being weird with, and I sort of like, I had to reevaluate myself and how I felt about my content when I was finally able to put myself in a better position to realize what was going on. Because part of the reason that my content like blew up so quickly was because they would like guest on my streams and stuff, and they were like cool. They were like content creators that I looked up to, and it was exciting to me, you know? It was like, oh wow, these people who are like so good at the things that I'm trying to do are like hanging out with me and like enjoying what I make and blah blah blah. But really I was kind of just like naive, you know? I was like an easy target, which is a super gross way of wording it, but it's also like true. It's pretty fucking true. And, you know, life went on despite everything. And I met Penny, and we were hanging out all the time, and we were just like smitten with each other for the longest time. But either way, I eventually, you know, I eventually had to look at all this stuff in hindsight and realize that, like, at this point, I'd been streaming for like well over a year and a half. And I had to say to myself that, like, yes, these people had like a huge influence on my starting streaming career, but people in the chat would not be there if I was just like an accessory to my friends, you know? Like, people wouldn't be watching me at the volume they do now if it weren't for like me like actually being good at what I do and being like at least a somewhat competent performer, you know? So it took some time to recontextualize stuff, but eventually I did. But 2019 was the pretty much like biggest like viewership spike I had ever had. There was like for the latter half of 2019 and I think some of the beginning of 2020, I was streaming to like between 230 and 250 people per stream, right? And that was like fucking insane. I mean, it just was. It was insane. And it was a really big deal to me. And it still is, you know, obviously. Like that I haven't like discounted in my mind how like crazy that was, especially because like I was streaming for a year. Most people like stream for like 6 or 7 years and like get a fraction of that amount. Like I just felt very fortunate. But then in 2020, Twitch started like changing a lot of their algorithms. And getting those numbers at that time became a lot more difficult. You know, it just did. Not just for me, but everybody. Everybody on Twitch kind of experienced the same sort of like issues. At least everybody that I know. Yeah. I mean, like the world stopped in 2020, but it was like a combination of things because the declines didn't happen right away. They specifically happened when Twitch started changing shit. And it was a you know, it was a big deal. It was kind of devastating. Cuz when I was streaming to like 250 people like every stream, I felt awesome about that. And it felt very cool. But I'm going to be honest, if I'm being like 100% honest, I didn't really think about it that much at the time, you know? Like, I wasn't thinking like, oh, did this stream do well? Did this stream do well? Did this stream do well? I kind of just knew that like shit was going pretty good. I'd probably check my analytics like once every few months. And as time went on, and the numbers started to drop, I started to, you know, like notice that trend. And I remember like I had a couple streams where like chat was slower than I was used to, or like I glanced at the analytics while I was streaming and I was like, shit's not going so well. And eventually that devolved into checking the analytics every day right after stream, and sometimes even when I didn't stream. I I just, you know, like I ended up just like very much like depending on checking this number to know if I was doing well or not. And I'm munching on a cough drop right now. I I kept streaming for like 2 years through those conditions. I did the whole rebrand, and that was like so much fun. Definitely was not good for my streaming career, like overall, like numbers wise, but it was good for me. And I don't regret it even in the slightest, because it was just something that I wanted to do, and I put so much energy and love into it. And the people who liked it really liked it, and I'm always going to be appreciative of that people just enjoyed those times. This dude is like not dying. I've noticed this thing about him is that he's not dying. He's not becoming unalive. But I can't think of anyone who didn't like the rebrand. I appreciate that, but I unfortunately got enough like offhand comments about it that like I was pretty over it. You know, there was a lot of people telling me that like I preferred the other model more, I preferred this more, I preferred that more, and it's like I get it, but as much as like I feel like the rebrand was more for me than it was for everybody else. I genuinely believe that. And I wanted to, obviously I wanted to provide a better like content output for people. But when it comes to the like ideas and function of the rebrand and my like new like stream assets and everything that I put together, it was more important for me to just like do what I wanted to do and not really focus on what would be like extremely popular. And I think that in a lot of ways, just like staying the same the entire time probably would have been better for my like quote unquote my numbers, but like fucking whatever. But like, I don't know. A lot of people I feel like thought it was a bit more impersonal, because because it was different, It was like it was more impersonal because I'm no longer going by my IRL name, which I don't even go by Marble anymore, so it's like not even entirely like it's not even entirely accurate. But all that stuff considered, I just wanted to do something that like made me personally happy, while also sort of like showing my passion for what I do. So, the rebrand, it was important to me because a lot of my stream setup in back of the day, I know a lot of people might not remember, but it was kind of scuffed. Like, it was not a super good looking like stream layout. It was like Windows XP core, and it was like there wasn't a lot of effort put into it, but I put a lot of effort into my streams, and I wanted that to be reflected in like my layout and all the things that I do. It was just important to me. It was just very important to me. Worried about it being less personal? If anything, I felt like it was more personal, and I thought I was being more true to myself, but I think a lot of people saw it as impersonal. And I understand why. And you can't force people to feel a certain way about a thing. And most people dislike when things that they enjoy change, and I get it. But but I wasn't prepared for there to be like this like big negative drop. And it's okay that there was, you know, all things considered. I survived, and I'm still here having a good time. And, you know, all that good stuff. But, you know, at the same time, my sort of like stream numbers, my output for the things that I make has never quite gotten back to like the whole like 2019 numbers. And there's like, I just named like all the reasons for that, you know, like part of it was the rebrand, part of it was like Twitch's algorithm changes, and those algorithms kept changing and kept on negatively affecting creators. So even though I've still been growing as a content creator on other platforms, less people are watching like streams on Twitch, which is like fine, you know, it's like whatever. But it does not always feel great to, you know, sort of like see those Twitch numbers lower than they should be, you know, or at least lower than I feel they should be. And I've for the past like year and a half, I have been checking my analytics after like every stream I do, like every single one. And it sucks to do that. Like, it feels really bad. Like even when it's good, I'm like, oh, this was a really good stream. Why can't all my streams like end up like this? Like, what did I do differently this time that like made all these people show up that like I wasn't doing before, blah, blah, blah. I have my YouTube channel, which I am very, very proud of, and Ellie does such an excellent job with the edits. But whenever a video doesn't do as well as like Phone Game Hell, which Phone Game Hell was like a huge fucking anomaly because it ended up getting like 6,000 views compared to my other stuff. And also like Phone Game Hell is probably the thing that I like. Phone Game Hell is pretty much like the thing that I like put the most effort into, the most like love and time and attention into making special. But I would do other episodes of Phone Game Hell and they wouldn't get like the same numbers as the first episode. And I would feel bad about them. I would feel like, oh, like, shit, I put more effort into this and there's less people watching it. And that started to feel like a recurring thing for me. And I am building up to something, I promise. Thank you, Girl Stream Team, for the raid. Thank you so much. We're talking about some heavy stuff, but it's all good. We're ramping up to a point. Like, it's gonna take a while to get there, but we're not just doom posting or doom chatting. I actually have a lot of good things to say, but I gotta talk about some of the stuff that led me there. So I was feeling a lot like I was putting more effort into everything that I made than ever before in my life, and there was so much less of a return on it. And I would feel like, oh no, I didn't like properly capitalize on the 2019 like blow up in popularity, and now like I'm struggling to meet those numbers again. Like, fucking whatever. Like, it's not true. It like, that's not how it works. But the numbers that you look at on social media are meant to make you feel that way. And I mean that like from the bottom of my heart. Like, if you have ever felt bad about your standing on social media, know that it is specifically built for you to feel bad about it. So social media, for those of you who aren't aware of like back-end stuff, because I was part of like usability design when I was in college, so I have a lot of credibility and expertise. Social media on every platform, even the bad ones like Tumblr, is designed specifically to be habit forming. If that sounds a little evil, it's because it is. And the people who design these websites don't even let their children use them. Like, because they are meant to develop addictions, essentially. Like, They are specifically built with the purpose of making sure that people stay on them as long as possible, and these algorithms are meant to make sure that people don't leave their sites, because the more you're on their sites, the more they can charge advertisers for looking at their apps. So I gotta pause while I drink some water because I'm very thirsty. I've been talking a lot. This is the most I've talked in like 4 weeks. Like, as a viewer, right? YouTube is going to push to you things that will keep you on the platform. And I don't mean long term. I'm not saying that like, oh, YouTube is trying to develop a positive relationship with its users and create content that is of high quality and worth watching. It's more like they are going to put whatever will keep you there in front of your face. And that's it. Like that's how it works. And to that end, all of these websites are essentially doing similar things. For like the opposite as well. If you're making content, they are trying to get you to use your platform, use their platform above any others. They want you to develop a serious amount of time and emotional energy to learning their algorithms and learning what works and what doesn't. So they literally have analytics pages that are meant to make you feel bad about what you're doing if you're not like meeting the returns that you want to meet. Like they are essentially and specifically designed for you to see them and go, ah, shit, what did I do wrong? You know, like what did I do wrong? But the definition of wrong in this case is quite literally like it didn't properly like meet YouTube's goal of keeping a person sitting there staring at their screen for like hours and hours and hours. Like if that didn't happen because of you, then they're not going to push your content as much and way less people are going to see it. And that's an intentional design. That is by design. YouTube is functioning properly as it wants to, you know? And like it's built that way to keep content within a certain set of these specific guidelines, and failure to appease those guidelines is not failure as a content creator. And I genuinely mean that. Like people who blow up online, dare I say, are not actually doing anything any better than people who don't. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I mean that, you know, there's a line in like one of Bo Burnham's like specials that he does where he says like, just like as a throwaway thing, he says like, content creation is not a meritocracy. And like, I think about that all the fucking time. I try to, at least. I try to remind myself that like, it doesn't matter how much work I put into something or how good it is. Sometimes the only thing that matters is that it like sometimes none of it matters. I've spent way more of my life than I have ever wanted to trying to figure out how the algorithms on TikTok work. And I mean that, like I have studied algorithms for YouTube and TikTok, and I never wanted to know like what they were ever. I've never wanted to care about it, but I felt like I had to, because like those platforms are designed to make you feel like you have to know, you know, you have to understand what's popular and what's gonna get people to stay on your channel and all this other shit. I've never even had like the whole like, remember to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see videos like this one in the future. Like I just like, I don't really do all that. Oh, thank you. I really fucking appreciate it. And like all this stuff obviously is like you know, like linked in some way or another. And despite putting a lot of time and effort and energy into what I do, have not really felt good about my output. And I came to this conclusion recently because I had to take some time off. Like, I had to watch the numbers go down. I was specifically cut off from the source of dopamine that had established itself in my life as this like important and like this thing that I had to like stay with, this thing that I had to like focus on and work on and like, you know, like make an essential facet of my content and my life itself. And I came to this conclusion during my time off that like the only reason I feel bad about anything I do is because of the fucking number attached to it. And that's honestly, I'm not saying it's a bad reason to feel bad, because I think that like it was wrong for me to feel that way, but I think it's a bad reason to feel bad because in the grand scheme, it doesn't matter. Like, I still put just as much effort into what I do as I have like all the time, you know, like I put a great amount of effort into the things that I make. And the phone game hell, like episodes like 3 and 4, like did not do nearly as well as episodes 1 and 2. And that caused me to feel worse about the quality of those episodes, even though I would say in a lot of ways they're better than episodes 1 and 2. They're more refined. I have a better idea of like what I want to do with the series, and like there's not really a good reason for me to be like, this sucks. This is such a bad series of videos. Cuz they're not. They're really good. Like the phone game hell episodes just like in and of themselves are my favorite piece of content that I have ever made. Like, out of all my art, out of all my like streams, out of everything that I've done, my favorite thing that I do is phone game hell. I think it's just like this really important creative point that I have hit. Like it's just like, it's something that I haven't seen been done before, and I realize that people really enjoy it, and I enjoy making it. It's like endlessly fun for me to create those episodes, and that's like extremely important to me. It's extremely important to me, and it means a lot to me that like when I work hard on something like that, people really enjoy it. But like other pieces of content that I do not getting that attention doesn't mean that the other content is worse or lower effort. Like, not as many people watch the other highlight videos. Like not as many people watch, like, I don't know. I don't even know an example I could name. I guess like the Sea of Thieves Let's Plays, but like those are still hilarious. I'm like very, very proud of the Sea of Thieves streams. Like, they're very funny. But they're not like as outwardly like marketable. They're harder to clickbait. And it's just like because of that, I do not feel as good about them. But the only reason I don't feel as good about those videos, and the reason I don't feel as good about episodes like 3 and 4 of Phone Game Hell, is specifically because of the number associated with them. And it's not even a huge deal. Like, it's really not. Like, I shouldn't devalue my art because of a small dip in exposure. It doesn't make sense to. But I realized that throughout the past 2 years, ever since the dip in viewership, I have cared so much about the numbers associated with my content. And it sucked. It has sucked completely. And that's not to say I've had like a bad time making stuff, but there were definitely times where I would stream and like I would go into it with a really bad mindset because I'm like, this isn't going to be popular. This isn't going to be like interesting for people. And then like I'll be streaming And it'll be like self-fulfilling prophecy because I'll like do a worse job at commentating. I'll have less things to say, and I won't be thinking about like, I thought he left. I thought he flew away. I just like, I thought that, oh, now he's leaving. Like, I just like, I got in my own head about it, and it made it harder to create in that space. And I like, I felt bad about it because the algorithms and the numbers are like designed to make you feel bad about not doing as well as you want to be doing. But like that content's still just as good. It's still like funny. I could still sit down, and any of you, if you wanted to, could sit down and watch those videos and be like, oh my God, wow, this is funny. This is a good time to experience. And despite that, I had all these like negative, not only like I had these negative streams where I was feeling bad about the things that I made, and like every once in a while somebody leaving like a mean comment on something, like being like, oh my God, your voice is so annoying. It would like wreck me. It would wreck me if I had a video with like less views than most of my other videos and there was somebody on it saying, hey, your voice is annoying. It would fucking, I would spiral. I'm not even kidding. I would like legitimately spiral when shit like that would happen. And like, it's not productive, obviously, to just like feel bad about yourself, but like sometimes you can't help it. Sometimes people are mean on the internet, and it's just like, fucking, what are you gonna do about it? Excuse me. Hang on. I need another cough drop. Yeah. But like, yeah, I mean, like, all that's to say is like, I know that my voice is my voice, and I am at peace with that. I enjoy what I sound like. I think that like there are certain like vocal trainings that I would still like to take part in the future. And right now, you might notice that my voice sounds a little bit deeper than usual. That's because I haven't like kept up at all, because I've like been trying not to talk as much because my throat's all fucked up. But all that's to say, I have like no useful reason to feel bad about these videos. And I say useful, like maybe that's the wrong way of wording it, but it's sort of just like feeling bad over an imaginary thing. Because at the end of the day, I'm still making people happy, and there are still people who say that I'm their favorite streamer, and that is literally the most meaningful thing that anyone has ever said to me. And people say it like every once in a while, and I try not to fish for it, but every once in a while it gets said, and it's like this moment of clarity where I'm like, oh my God, like, wow, that's fucking incredible. And the way I think about all this is that like, it's not like 2020 and 2021 were miserable for me the whole way through. I would have so much fun making things, and I always have, like I've always tried to be a creative person, and the process of creating is what brings me the most happiness. Like the process of making something that like only I could make, and it wouldn't be the same if somebody else did it, and people would flock to it because I put my own interesting like spin on it, is like the biggest honor in the world. And it makes me immensely happy to know that like that people enjoy what I do in that context. But with all that being said, it's also like a thing that it's very easy to feel bad about if it doesn't do as well. So throughout 2020 and 2021, I would say that I had a generally bad time being a content creator. And what I mean by that is that I would have a really good time on stream, and then I would check the numbers afterwards, and I would feel bad about it. Like, in retrospect, I would retroactively feel bad about my performance. Which sucks. That really sucks. Like, I had a kind of a hard time with my content, and I know I didn't like talk about this openly because I was like, if I talk about it openly, it's going to be like self-fulfilling prophecy, and people aren't going to enjoy what I do as much anymore if they know that I'm having a rough time.
I'll say it again. You're one of the reasons me and my girlfriend got into streaming. So, I'm glad you're fighting the bad brains. Keep being rad.
Thank you. I endlessly appreciate that. You don't even know. That means so much to me. But yeah, like, I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to like do anything about it specifically. I was just like, I just have to keep making better and better stuff so that more and more people will like notice that I'm a hardworking person and that I deserve like to get viewed on the internet or whatever. And like, I need to find new ways to retain my audience and blah, blah, blah. And you'll never believe what that mindset gets you. It gets you burning out, like, really badly. Like, I don't know if y'all remember, but, like, I fucking had a hard time for a little while back at the end of, like, 2021. Because I was constantly trying to one-up myself when I didn't, like, need to change anything. Like, I wasn't one-upping myself for the sake of, like, making something bigger and better because I wanted to. It was like, I was like, I have to change what I'm doing now or nobody's gonna watch me and I'm gonna, like, lose relevancy and nobody's gonna care about what I do ever again. Which is not super useful, if you can imagine it. It's actually not super healthy to think that way. And it kind of just is a source of stress and sadness if you let it fester. Dog? Thank you. Thank you, dog. I like to get on my dog's back before I sharpen my weapon so I can dodge while I do it. You know, like, it's just like, I was changing my content and in some ways making it better, but it was never for the right reason. And because of that, it tired me the fuck out. It legitimately, like, made me so tired to put so much extra, like, energy and effort into what I was doing, even though I didn't want to do it a certain way. And to that end, I like, what's the words that I'm looking for? Gavery, thank you so much for the subscription. Sorry I haven't been thanking like anybody for subscriptions. I very much appreciate all of them. There were so many. There was so fucking many that I didn't really get a chance to, but I will. I will say thank you, probably on a different stream when I'm not talking about all this heavy junk. So, with all this stuff being said, are you leaving? Are you leaving, Mr. Chameleon Twist? We gotta get this guy. You gotta chameleon twist this dude into next week. I didn't even know there was stuff here. I'm back. Ow. But you know, all of that's to say is that, like, I was generally not having a very good time, you know, just like, I was having a good time when I was making good ideas. Like, when I'm just like being creative and being myself, that's when I feel really like empowered and good about what I do, and I feel smart and creative and all that good stuff. But I didn't always have a chance to feel that way. And I feel like I would have been able to take much more pride in what I did if I wasn't obsessing over who was watching it and when. And so I was in this place where I was like feeling awesome, like before every stream, and then after every stream I was like, fuck, I'm miserable, I feel like shit. And you know, a lot of the times there'd be external factors as to why people weren't like watching a specific stream. A lot of the times it was for stuff like, oh, I like started 2 hours late because I overslept, or I like just like, I don't know, I didn't have the energy today, but I still wanted to do something. Or I was just like, I was doing an art stream, which is like, I can spend less time interacting with chat. So like, of course, like less people are going to be talkative during those. So with all of those things being considered, I felt I was still like down on myself, even though there were like very clear reasons why like all that was not like a death sentence, and it was not a reason to like, god damn, I was doing so well, I think. But I you know, I just like I kept on trying to look for specific reasons and things that I could fix in order to be like doing better. But a lot of the times, more often than not, there's not really a reason. Sometimes it's just like, you know, people are busy or something. It all can seem very arbitrary. And I have sort of realized that during this epiphany that I've been sort of grappling with is that I need to recontextualize how I think about certain things. You know, like I was talking about like my addictions before, and I would say that very much these moments of feeling awful about my content or awful about my performance is very much rooted in my like addiction to the dopamine hits that you get. And it's by design. I'd like to say again, it's by design. You are supposed to feel bad when your content is not doing well. And I was having all these struggles, all these problems with like this lack of the dopamine hit that like the only way I would have gotten the dopamine hit that I wanted was to have like my 2019 like blow up audience back. But due to like algorithm changes and a lot of extenuating factors, like literally the nationwide pandemic, a worldwide pandemic, I should say, like it wasn't a realistic expectation, you know? There was no reason that I had to blame myself for it. But you know, a lot of the times it's just like that's the addiction talking. Like that's what you have to tune out. And I didn't realize that until I was away from it for so long. Like I just like I had to take a break. I just had to stop for a bit. Because I got COVID, I got in a car accident, and like I had to move. So all those things combined made me have to take off streaming for an entire month, which is more than I have ever taken off streaming. Like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, I've never been away from streaming for this long, ever once in my career. But I think it was necessary because I didn't really fully grasp all of these concepts until literally like 2 nights ago when I was just like on call with Mar. And I was on call with Mar because me and him have been working on this podcast recently, which it's still not quite ready to announce because I got to finish the art for it. But we're going to have our first recording session pretty soon. And I am just endlessly excited about it. I think it's going to be a really good time. And I'm like not really expecting anything out of it. It's just like one of those things that I'm doing because I love Mar and I love spending time with him. And I don't feel like I don't even know what good podcast numbers are. So I'm just going to like try to enjoy myself and have a good time. And because I don't have these like intense expectations for it, it's been kind of like this very hopeful thing for me where it's like, I don't have to like worry about what I'm making or who's gonna watch what I'm making. I can just make stuff and have fun. And it ended up turning into, we were supposed to be discussing the podcast, and we ended up not talking about the podcast at all. And instead we ended up discussing just like all this stuff, essentially. And it was incredibly meaningful for me. It made a huge difference. And I just, I'm really excited to explore this thing with Mar. 'Cause he is like fully and entirely like one of my best friends in the universe. And there is no one I would rather do this podcast with than him. And it's going to be one that we can have a lot of guests on, which I'm very, very excited about, because it just like, it gives me an excuse to like say to all my friends, like, hey, yo, want to be on this podcast? Like, it's one that I'm so excited for because I feel like it's going to be so much fun. I feel like it's just going to be like a good time to like hang out and just like have fun. And I want it to be so fun that like, I want my friends to be like, yo, you got space on your podcast, you know, like I want it to be that kind of fun where people see it and they're like, this is amazing. I wish I could fucking hang out on here. So I'm hoping that like other content creator friends of mine see like this new attitude that I'm taking into it and having a good time with it and gravitate towards it because of that. And obviously I'm going to invite a ton of people because like, it'll be fun to me. Was there a raid? Oh my God, Serendipity, thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much. We're talking about heavy stuff, so just fair warning. We're talking about some heavy junk, but we're in the upswing portion of it. We're talking about some better stuff now than we were in the start. We're talking less about sad stuff and more about happy stuff, which is pretty cool how that turned around. I mean, that was the plan from the start, but you know, we're in the good feels phase. So what I've realized throughout all of this is that I do need to do some work personally to recontextualize how I feel about my streams, because I don't want to feel like I have to make a certain quota of number in order to appreciate what I'm doing. And obviously, like, the reason you want like the big number is because as a streamer, you want to like blow up. You want to go viral and have a ton of people watching you. And like, that's like everybody's goal, you know? Everybody is very ambitious in the Twitch industry, you know? Like if you're a Twitch streamer, you probably have pretty big ambitions. And I don't think it's wrong at all to want that for yourself. In fact, I think about it all the time. I'm like, I would absolutely love for Phone Game Hell to be the thing that like people end up watching and being like, oh my God, where can I see more of this? And then like, you know, check out what I do. And it's like, it feels so obvious in hindsight that like the way I was doing things wasn't wrong. And that's what I need to change, is the mindset I had about it. Because throughout all of 2020 and 2021, I was like, whatever I'm doing, it's not working. I gotta fix it. But then like, it's sort of this process of realizing that like, what I want to do is enjoy myself. You know, I want to have a good time on the internet. It was, okay, this is very silly, but there was a VTuber who uploaded a TikTok. And it helped me sort of like think about this in a different way, even though it was like very, very silly and not meant to be like deep or anything in any way. But it was like a VTuber uploading a TikTok who they were like in VR chat. They look directly into the camera while they're sitting at like a little dopey ass like little computer. And they've got this like very like bubbly rainbowy aesthetic. And they look directly into the camera and they go, normalize having not just a little, not a regular amount, but a lot of fun online. And I was thinking about it and I was like, shit, when was the last time I like had fun, like just like being an internet person? And it's like, obviously I have a lot of fun in the moment when I'm streaming, and that's like the most fun part of this for me is like making stuff and making content that I enjoy. But like, if I had to say like as a whole during the past 2 years, if I was having a good time or not, I would say absolutely not, you know? Like Twitter has sucked for me, like all the analytics pages on all my other social media platforms have sucked for me. Like, I spent a lot of time being like, what do these people have figured out that I don't? You know, like I don't, it's so silly. It was so silly and simple, but I was like, goddamn, like, I need to recontextualize because I want to have fun, you know? I want to have fun. I want to have a good time. I want to just like post things that make me happy and make other people happy. Yo, what the fuck? I got a Camellios gem? Yummy, yummy, I eat it up. I got 2 Camellios gems? What the fuck? GG. But yeah, like, all that's to say, which I've said all that's to say like 900 times tonight. You ever just like realize how much you're saying something and you're like, what the fuck? But like, you know, it's just all this stuff has made me realize that like I've been looking at it the wrong way, and I need to work on myself in a way that I wasn't really privy to. Because what I thought I needed to do was make my content more appealing for more people and like do all kinds of shit that would like make the algorithms happy and put me in front of more people. But I've tried that and it's exhausting. Genuinely, like trying to like make stuff that an algorithm enjoys is a joyless experience. And I don't want to ever do that. And I feel like the people who like get bigger platforms aren't the people who like obsessively think about like, oh, what could I be doing to make this TikTok blow up or whatever. I mean, some are, but I think that a lot of the times people get bigger on their respective platforms because they're having a good time and they do something fun that a lot of people enjoy. And then when more people see it, more people have a chance to enjoy it. And beyond that, it's like there's not a whole lot that goes into the equation, I think. You know? It's like, I would say that like if you're doing things that you do specifically to blow up, then there are much better things to do than stream on Twitch, you know? Can I make this? I think I can make it. I'm sorry, does that have 5 rampage slots? Goodbye, most of my money. What the fuck? Oh no, it has 1. Oh, okay, I see. It was 1 line. I was gonna say most things have 1. Boosting health, stamina, attack, or defense. I think I'll get that one. I feel like the attack is high enough, and attack boost 2 isn't like that interesting. But yeah, just like I've wanted to just think about like why I do what I do and like how I can just have a better time. Because at the end of the day, that's why I started doing Twitch, is to have a good time. And I never wanted to like, I never had an expectation to like blow up. I just wanted to have fun, like fully and certainly and beyond a shadow of a doubt. I started doing all this because I was having a bad time in my day-to-day life, and I wanted to start having a good time. And obviously there's a part of me that's like, oh, you know, like I need to make money to live, so I am going to have to do like some stuff to like do good algorithms. Like I need to make like good thumbnails and good tagging and whatever the fuck else. But honest to goodness, I would much rather just like, I'd much rather just be on here, you know? And do things that make me happy. And then like, as I make content in the future and as I make things that more people will enjoy and have fun with, I feel like that offers more of a chance to like grow as a creator than if I was just like crossing my fingers and hoping for the best, you know? Like, I won't lie, you know, a lot of this stuff hasn't been super easy for me to grapple with, but I want to very badly, because what I do is immensely important to me, and I want to be able to do it for a really long time. And I have to say that like doing it all the time and feeling bad about it is not a good way to secure a long-term healthy relationship with the things that I do online. Like, if anything, it's just gonna make me burn out faster and feel worse about it. It's just gonna make me like sad, and like it's gonna make everything harder if I just like sit here and think to myself like, oh, I'm not doing things right, I'm not being funny enough, I'm not blah blah blah. And with all of that, you know, it's a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit to think about, but you know, it makes me excited for the time when I can fully come back and make a new schedule and just start being creative again, start working on things I want to work on. There was a lot of plans that I had for December. I wanted to do a lot of like Christmas themed streams, but then I wasn't able to stream for like most of the holiday season at all. I only streamed like once or twice, and it was just like, you know, they weren't themed. It was just like, hey, I'm gonna come in here, do a quick Ocarina of Time stream, and then hit the road. But I still very much like wanted to do these things, and now it's like it's gonna be like one of those things where it's like it'll still be here, you know. I'll still be able to do a Christmas stream next year, and I'll have much more time to prepare. I won't be moving because Penny's lease, thank God, does not end in fucking winter, because that is like the worst time to move. And I'll be able to just like chill out. I'll just be able to enjoy and relax and make things for me, which is like, that's the thing that's been hardest, is like knowing that everything I've been doing has been for other people for the longest time. Like, it's mostly been like stuff that I think other people will like. Not entirely, you know, obviously I wouldn't do anything on this platform if I wasn't like actively inclined to do it. But at the same time, you know, like, I want to be able to look at it in a healthy light instead of stressing about it and feeling like, oh, fuck, I'm not doing things right because not enough people came to this stream or that stream. And it's just, you know, it's not fun. It sucks. It feels really bad to look at these things that you're passionate about and realizing that they were perfectly fine, but in hindsight, you didn't like them, you know? Like, it's like they were good and they were fun to make, but they didn't do as well as I wanted to do in terms of numbers. So were they really that good? The answer is yes. Yes, they were. Yeah, well, I would say it's like a January resolution, because I definitely didn't have this mindset just going into the new year. My mindset going into the new year was, Oh, god damn it. God damn it. Everything hurts. I hate this. But just like having some time, having some space and emotional energy has done so much good for me. And I want to keep that energy up. I want to keep focusing on myself and doing things that make me happy. And to that end, I actually have a lot of plans for content that are coming to fruition right now. And they all make me incredibly excited to pursue. And a lot of them are like very long-term goals. But that's okay, you know? Like it's just like it's stuff that I want to do that I'll be able to do, and I'm excited. I'm just excited about the future again, which for a long time, like my excitement about the future was contingent on like what my streams looked like. So I want to get to a place where I don't give a shit necessarily. Like obviously I'm always going to care like how well my streams are doing, but I want to reach a place where it's not like I base my content and how I feel about my content on how much numbers it's doing, because it's not healthy. It's not even fun. It's not even fun. And why would I be doing any of this shit if it wasn't fun? You know, like it's streaming. It's streaming on Twitch. Like it's gotta be a good time, or else like, what are you doing? I don't function super well in situations where it's like, I could be having a good time, but I'm not, you know? Like, it's just, it all seems obvious in hindsight, but just like, in the moment, it's pretty rough. It's pretty difficult to think about. It's pretty difficult to feel like I'm being super healthy about. And I just like, I want to be able to recontextualize all of this and think about it in a way that like makes me happy, that provides people with a space where they can feel happy and comfortable and just like enjoy some fun content for a little while. Cause I know for a fact that like there were a lot of streams of mine that kind of suffered because I was just like feeling really bad, but I was like, I'll do it anyways, I guess I'll do it anyways, even though I don't want to. So I want to sort of like, just like look inside myself and find, some more context, some more personal context on why I do what I do, why it's fun to me, why I care about it, why I want to keep doing it. And like, just, you know, I want to, oh, there was a counter signal. I want to, not only do I want to make things that like more people enjoy, but I want to enjoy what I do more. Like I can't forget that, like, and that's really what this is about, is I can't forget that I'm making content for myself again. Cause that's what I'm prone to do. I'm prone to forget that like the reason I'm making things is because it makes me happy and it lets me put myself out there and express myself in a way that I haven't really been able to do for most of my life. But I've always wanted to do it. I've always wanted to have like a creative outlet. I've always wanted to like, I ever since my first Let's Play channel, which was on YouTube in like 2014, and it was incredibly cringe and like, it was just bad. And like, if I stuck with it, it would have had a chance to get good, but I didn't, you know? I was like, this is bad and it will never be good, so I should stop. But if I stuck with it, I would have had a chance to grow from it and learn more and all this other stuff. So I very much just like, I want to give myself a fair shot at like coming back and yeah. Oh, thank you. That means so much to me. Thank you so much. Wow, gosh, I've been talking a whole lot and my throat is starting to get a little sore, but it's not at a point where I feel like I should stop just yet. So I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Do not worry. Do not worry. Do not worry. But you know, with all that stuff being said, it's just like, I care. I just want y'all to know that I do care about the things I put out, and I don't think that any of my content has been like egregious or bad or anything. Like, I genuinely don't. I think that I put a lot of effort into what I do, and I want to think that people see that effort and appreciate it for what it is, and people can see that I care about like what I put into the world, and I do. I care immensely. I genuinely care so much. And I always will. I always will. I always will care about the things that I make. And you know, to that end, I want other people to care as well. I want other people to see what I'm doing and say to themselves, like, shit, like she's doing something great here, and like it's something that only she could do. And like, I don't know, I want people to feel inspired to chase their own passions, because like I didn't chase my passions for most of my life. Honest to God, I didn't. I've always wanted to do so many different things. When I was in high school, I was like, one day I'm going to be a famous YouTuber. And then like the first time somebody at school found my YouTube channel and was like, hey, your shit sucks in person, I was like, okay, I'll stop doing it forever, I guess. And I did for that amount of time. But I guess it wasn't forever, because now I do it for a living. But with all that being said, it's just like, it's been a journey. It's been an ongoing journey. And I've never had to take a step like this before, where I needed to completely change the way I think about certain things. But it's something that I want to do. It's something that I would like to try and figure out, because if like, I don't know, the sooner I do, the sooner I can just like enjoy myself and not worry so much about the little things, and just like make stuff that makes me happy, that stuff that like I would want to watch personally. Like I want to make things that I would enjoy if I was a viewer. And I'm gonna keep trying to do that. I'm gonna keep trying to make that happen. I'm never gonna give up on that, and I never want to give up on my dreams to like reach more people and be ambitious and hope for the best in terms of like where my content is going in the future. I just, you know, it's just like, it's gonna be a long haul. And part of realizing all this stuff recently is that like realizing that this is like maintenance that I need to think about constantly. I'm gonna have to keep it in my mind, because it's a big deal. And it's like, it's something that as long as I have bad days, I will need to remember that like there's a better side to it. There's a way to be happier about it. And there's a way to, you know, continue doing what I do without having to like look back on it in retrospect and being like, but was it good if people didn't click on it, you know? 'Cause like it was. I actually had a very good year in terms of my content in 2021, but I would say that I didn't have a very good time, you know? Like I didn't have a lot of fun doing what I did in 2021. Unless I was like actively streaming. When I was actively streaming, I was having a great time. But I'm fucking dying here. What the fuck? I'm gonna fire the counter gong. They're gonna destroy the gate. But yeah, like I just you know, I wanna feel better about pretty much everything, and I wanna be able to say at the end of next year, because at the end of this year I was feeling pretty rough about my content. At the end of next year, no matter what the numbers are, no matter what happens throughout the year, I want to look back at the end of the year and say that I had a good time and I was having fun. No matter what happened, highs and lows in algorithms and whatever, I want to stop checking that stuff as much. I want to be less aware of the algorithms and stuff. And I want to be able to say that I had a good time and I enjoyed every moment of what I did. And no matter what happened, like I gave it my all, you know? I just like did my best and just tried to have a good time. And I hope that through that I can inspire other people to look at that the same way, because like algorithm stuff sucks for everybody. It ain't just me. It ain't just me. I'm not the only person who like gets depressed about this stuff. And I know that because I've talked to my friends over the past few days to talk to them about this like personal revelation I've had. And most of them have been like, yeah, I get that. Like, yeah, no, that's totally like how I feel about the situation. And it's like, everybody kind of is on the same page here. It feels bad to deal with like the you know, the algorithm changes and seeing your audience get smaller, and just like, it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good for anybody. And I am not the only streamer in Clown House that like has those struggles, those personal struggles with that. And I know that for a fact. And I want to sort of be able to look at it in a way that is not only productive for myself, but like for other people as well, who are trying to recontextualize this platform in their own way, and trying to make sense of all of it, because it doesn't make sense. You know, it's insane. Like whatever the fuck is going on Twitch, nobody gets it. Nobody, not even Twitch. They're just doing whatever the fuck. Nobody knows what the hell is going on. And that's fine. That's fine. So we got plenty of time to figure it out. There's no race to explode. There's nothing you can do to like ensure and be 100% positive that you're gonna like blow up and start getting like 1,000 viewers a night. Like, there's nothing you can do. There's literally nothing you can do to make sure and be absolutely 100% positive, beyond a shadow of a doubt that you're going to be able to do that. It's just about enjoying the ride, you know? It's just about looking at this crazy fucking platform and all the people on it and everything that you get to do, and thinking to yourself, what can I put into the world that I haven't put into the world before? You know, like, what can I do differently? What can I do that puts a smile on people's faces and makes some of the crazy shit around us in this world make a little bit more sense for like 3 hours or however long you normally stream? It's just like, you just got to figure out how to have a good time. And that's the hardest part. Like, genuinely, it is the hardest part, is just figuring out how you can just fucking enjoy yourself and also be like a full-time content creator. Cause it's fucking hard. It's fucking hard. But it doesn't have to be, I think that the first step for me is going to be to stop looking at YouTube algorithms and Twitch algorithms after every stream. Like, I might honestly, this might sound a little overkill, but I'm thinking I should like probably find like 1 day per month where I check on what the algorithms say about my progress, right? And then it's not like, oh, this individual stream is responsible for everything, and it's more like, hey, you know, if I had a bad time, I still got an entire next month to do better and try new things. Jesus Christ, he got over to the last gate very quickly. But yeah, I don't know. I guess that's the gist of what I wanted to say. I know it's a lot, but it's worth saying, I think, because there's tons of people on this platform that have just as much trouble as I do, keeping their shit together, basically. And I don't think that I can single-handedly make it easier for everybody, but I want to make it easier for myself, and hopefully in doing so, it will change a lot of people's minds about what's important to focus on, because it's exhausting. It's exhausting to focus on things you don't want to focus on, genuinely. Like, it sucks. It sucks to like be like, I need to do this differently. I need to do that differently. Oh, thank you. Thank you. That means a lot to me. But yeah, I guess like that was a lot of shit, but that's pretty much what I wanted to say about it. That's what I wanted to I wanted to put that energy out. Cuz I care a lot about what I do, and I never want it to seem like I don't. And I never want to reach a period where I'm just like sitting there being sad about making stuff, because I don't need to be. I don't need to be sad about it. I can change my perspective. It's going to be hard to, but there was definitely a time where I was just excited to be streaming and nobody was watching. Not a single soul was watching me stream, and I was streaming to 0 people. Not just like 1 or 2 people. I was streaming to no one, and it was still fun. It was still enjoyable, and I would never ever take it back. And that's just, I don't know. It's just like how I want to be able to think about things again. I want to see the world of Twitch the way I saw it when I was new to this. And that's a tall order. That's a tall order. Cuz you only stream to 1 or 2 people once in your life. At least I'm assuming that's true for me. But you only have that period once. And once you start growing, you don't really experience that anymore. But there's a time where you realize it doesn't matter who's watching, and you could still make creative things and have a good time. And that's how I felt back then, and I want to feel that way again. Whatever it takes to get back there. And it's, it's not like a switch. I'm not flipping a switch and like all of a sudden I feel great about my content and nothing bugs me anymore. It's going to be like a journey. It's going to be hard to do. But I'm willing to put the work in. Slowly but surely. No, come back here. Come back here. Please come back here. Yes, it was close enough. Okay, we're good. But yeah, I guess that's it. I guess that's everything I wanted to say. This is probably the most detailed telling of all this information. Because I've had conversations the past few nights about it. First with Mar, and then with Ku and another friend of ours. And it's all just like, it's been a big deal for me to realize this stuff. And I wasn't thinking about it necessarily, not in the same context. But I don't know. It's all just been a lot to sort of fathom, and I want to keep fathoming it. I want to keep exploring these feelings, because I feel like I'll come out the other side a lot happier. I feel like I'll come out the other side feeling a lot better about what I do. And the more work I put into figuring it out now, the less I'll, spend a bunch of time feeling crummy about the work I put into making this stuff happen. And it's like, it's hard. It's hard to contextualize things in that way, but yeah, I want to do it. Anyways, that's about it. I guess. How come I couldn't do the little wire thingy? Oh God, please. Okay. All right, we're good. Ow.
Ouch, my bones. Ouch, my bones.
But yeah, I'd like to also say that there was quite a few things that like sort of helped me put this into perspective. And I think one of the biggest things is also that like I have seen some of the most amazing content I have ever seen in the past few in the past week or so, and it's from people who like are not viral in any way whatsoever. There's this podcast that I've been listening to, and it's incredible. It's the funniest fucking thing in the universe, and I am obsessed with it. It's my favorite podcast, right? And I've not listened to too much of it, but ever since I discovered it, I have been listening to it pretty much nonstop, and I have been having an amazing time with it. So there's a show on College Humor that I have been seeing around because I follow their TikTok page. And it's like a members only thing. Like you have to subscribe to College Humor and do their like subscription service in order to see it. But it's more than worth it in my opinion because it's very, very funny. It's such a show called Game Changers, and the reason I started watching Game Changers is because there was an episode that they were posting clips from. They were posting clips from it, and there was a bunch of folks in there doing an improvised musical. Like the musical was completely improv, and they were just making up all the lyrics as they went along. Which like was something that I wanted to do for the Until Dawn dub, but I wasn't exactly sure how long my solo segment was going to be. Turns out it was definitely long enough for me to have done that musical thing, but I chose to hold back for that part specifically. Maybe I'll do it in the future, who knows? But they were doing an improvised musical, and me and Penny, that was the first episode of Game Changers we watched. We got like the subscription, and then we immediately were like, let's watch this one because this is the one we see all the clips for, and it looks really funny. And then it turned out that the people who were on that episode as contestants have a podcast called Off Book, and it's called Off Book, an improvised musical podcast, and it is unbelievably funny. It is amazing. Off Book is an entire podcast where that's what they do. Every single episode, and there's weekly episodes, they do a musical. Like they make a musical. They straight up make a musical every podcast episode they do. Except for I think there's probably a few. I mean, I've only listened to one, but I'm assuming there's more where there's no story and they just like make songs for fun. But for most of them, there's a plot. There's like, they make a plot and do an entire like musical. And some of them have like parts, like some of them are like 6 acts long where they just like do a continuous series. And they're so much fun. They are so awesome. But they're not like viral, you know? Like they didn't like explode in popularity. The podcast itself has like I think like 7,000 followers on Twitter, but they're just out here like being the best at what they're doing, you know? It's really amazing. And I really appreciate the hard work that they are putting into making this happen. And I just love it. It's like been an endless source of happiness for me while I've been in recovery and trying to get better. I've just loved every second. I've loved every second, genuinely. It's been so much fun. It's been so much fun to listen to. And I don't know. It's amazing to me. And I feel like they deserve to have millions of followers. They deserve to have like gigantic McElroy style live shows where they sit in front of an audience and do all this stuff. They're just so cool. They're so funny. They're so hilarious, and I love it. It's so the podcast name is Off Book, an improvised musical podcast. I would recommend starting with the episodes where Paul F. Tompkins is a guest, because genuinely they are the funniest fucking thing in the entire universe. Like when I listen to those, I'm like choking. I'm like choking from how much I'm laughing. It's so fucking funny. But like even their non-guest episodes, there's also a really good episode where they get Ben Schwartz to guest on it. And it's so fucking great. It's so fucking great. It's called Off Book. and it's wonderful. It's wonderful. There's a Let's Play channel that my online friends made, and it's got like 100 subscribers, but I find their content really funny. Yeah, no, it's like so great. It's like small stuff doesn't mean bad. Like, just because it hasn't gone viral doesn't mean it's bad. Honestly, like, there's tons of viral content that millions of people watch every single day that I have no interest in whatsoever. But being able to look at this and see this podcast and these people just being creative and amazing, like, it gives me a lot of hope, because like I'm not famous. I ain't famous. I'm like whatever, like a D-list internet celebrity status. But I still care so much about what I do. And I want people to see it. I want more people to like look at what I'm doing and say, "Oh my god, whatever she's doing, I want to check that out. I want to see whatever the fuck is going on here." And I've started to feel more and more like that's a possibility. And it didn't feel like a possibility for the past 2 years, which I think says something. It says something about like my mindset that I've had while trying to figure things out, is that like I very much just like put a lot of work in, and then I feel bad because I'm like, how come I'm not seeing like amazing returns on what I'm doing? And I didn't expect amazing returns in 2019 when I was getting amazing returns on everything I did. And if anything, that just makes me feel like if I want to see amazing returns, it's not going to be when I'm begging for them. You know, it's not going to be when I'm begging the universe to give me a break and help me like make it to where I want to be, without like all the immense stress and hard work that I put into it. But I can do the hard work. I can make fun things, but I don't have to like break my back over them and feel bad about them. I just don't. You know, there's no good reason for me to like tear myself to shreds when I don't see the returns that I want to see. And I just, you know, I want to give myself a better chance to make this stuff happen, because it's always going to be meaningful to me. Genuinely, it's always going to mean a lot to me that I work hard and create things that are enjoyable to people. But the part that sucks is the part where you obsess over it and you start to feel like your entire identity is tied to this like arbitrary number that fluctuates depending on the day, depending on the time of week, depending on when you upload, depending on what you upload. Like, it doesn't define you. It never does. And it doesn't define me. And it's been it's been a long ride to get into that mindset, but just like being given some space away, being given some forced time off, essentially, because I've been injured, has sort of like forced an eye-opening. You know, it's like I can't afford not to think about it right now. I have to just like focus on being okay right now. That's like that's what I literally have to do at the moment, is focus on getting better and being okay, so I could start doing fun, creative things again, without destroying my throat, without destroying my brains and all this other stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a long haul, and realizing it is just like the first step out of everything. But I'm gonna keep putting the work in. And I guess that's about it. I guess that's about all the stuff I wanted to say today. So I guess now we can just hunt this big monster and chill out. And I could talk about how great Off Book is. Off Book is the best podcast, and you should all listen to it. I fucked up. Never mind, I'm fine.
Hi-ya-ya!
Thank you, everybody, for hanging out and listening and paying attention to my my many ramblings that I do. I very much appreciate it. Like I said, I've spent a lot of time in the past like 2 years feeling unsuccessful, but the fact that I have like y'all and y'all are interested in what I'm saying and y'all want to watch like what I do means that like I have been pretty damn successful, all things considered. Just like gotta remember it. I'm telling you, it's a conspiracy. The numbers are the problem. If they took away the algorithms and the numbers and all that shit, everybody would just make what they wanted to make, and the world would be a better place. So I'm just gonna make what I want to make. That's it. I gotta drink some water. I'm like dying.
I'm dying. I'm dying. Ah!
Woo! That sounds socialist. Do I have news for you? Do I have an exciting set of words to drop in your knowledge holes?
I'm a socialist.
Kind of. Not really a socialist. I have a hard time describing my political alignments, and I don't really like assigning a word to it. I just think that what's going on right now, pretty bad, and I want it to stop. That's it. That's my political stance. I think I most closely identify with anarchism, but even then, I think there are some exceptions to that in some of my beliefs. My political alignment is people deserve the things they need to live. Isn't that true? Isn't that just fucking blanket, like, true in every situation? Anyways, this isn't a politics street. Well, I mean, it kind of is, actually. If you look at it in a sort of macro sense. I just didn't want to shift gears too much from what we were talking about before. But I guess I'm kind of done saying everything that I needed to say. And, you know, I just, like, there's a lot of stuff that I, like, didn't feel like I could do anymore because, like, I don't know. Just one reason or another. I just, like, ran out of energy. A lot of the times it is just, like, you spend so much time focusing on, like, the return on your time investment that, like, you forget that, like, there's a lot of stuff that, like, is pretty much some of the best stuff that you or I guess, like, you enjoy it the most out of anything you do, and you forget. Because, like, I've been thinking a lot lately. I was like, Sonic Riders speedrunning was, like, the most fun that I had, like, had in ages, and, like, people really enjoyed watching it, but I still, like, just, like, ran out of energy and stopped because I had to focus on so many other things. But it's, like, still something I'm very much passionate about, and it's still something I want to do. So if I take away thinking about, like, the parts of the equation that involve, like, you know, like, oh, I need to spend so much time focusing on, like, how I'm going to grow as a content creator, then it's what you're left with is what you want to do. If you stop thinking about all that shitty stuff, then what you're left with is that, like, you want to have a good time. You want to do things that you're passionate about. I feel like I have been planning the E3 2006 rewatch with Sophie for like a year now. I feel like we've been planning it for a year and we still haven't done it. And we already know what we're gonna do. We just haven't, like, planned it. We just haven't gotten around to doing it yet. And it's because I've been, like, it's not entirely. There've been a million things to focus on. I'm not gonna just say, like, oh yeah, I fucking put my entire life on hold because of numbers. But there are certainly a lot of things that it didn't help, and one of those things was like just like staying focused on things that like are fun and meaningful and just all that good stuff. Oh gosh. I've been talking a lot. I've been talking a lot today. My throat's starting to be a little scrungly. I mean, it was scrungly when I started, but now it's like more so. I do want to go to GDQ very badly, but it's gonna take some time. It's gonna take some effort. I would very much love to join. And I feel like I definitely could have this year, but I stopped running, so I was out of practice. So I was like, let's take a break. Let's take a break. I could focus on GDQ stuff when I like have a better grasp of the current like meta mechanics, because there's like there's a lot of stuff I don't know how to do yet. But a friend of mine showed me, a friend of mine who was in the chat and might still be, showed me how to do a lot of the cool like high speed tech. I just need to figure this shit out. Hi, yeah, you're still here. Thank you for watching. But yeah, like I haven't really even had a chance to like study up, but I want to very badly. Maybe I'll stream it. Maybe I won't. I gotta contextualize everything and just do what makes sense for me in the moment. But you know, it's all stuff that's important to me, and I wanna get back to it. Here's the thing, is that I wanna get back to focusing on things that are fun and stop focusing so much on things that aren't. And that's like the summary for the whole stream. Is I want to have a good time online. I think we should normalize having not just a little, not just a regular amount, but a lot of fun online. Let me see if I can find that TikTok. Let's see if I can find it. I'll pause the music. I gotta log in. I gotta log in! What's my 4-digit code? Cool.
Beep bop, boop bop. Log me in.
Shit, this phone number isn't registered yet. What do I use to log in? I'll use a QR code. Open the TikTok app on your mobile device. Oh, that's the TikTok I made today. Discover QR scanner. Cool. Sick. You know, my mouse was in front of the QR scanner, but it still worked. Now I just gotta find this TikTok. I know I like just saw it. I like just saw it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. All right, here. It's this one. Do I have a window capture? I do. All right, here it is. Oh, I gotta turn my face capture back on.
Ellie.
Oh no, it's not working. I broke it!
Please!
Failed to start USB communication. I just left the app for like 2 seconds. Come on. I fucking broke it. I fucking wrecked the whole thing. Oh no! My face! It's broken! Anyways. This is a TikTok. I'll figure this shit out later.
Normalize big, nice sunlight and having not a little, not a regular amount, but a whole lot of fun. Normalize big.
That's it. That's the shit that changed my entire fucking worldview. Real shit. Real shit. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? I'm gonna unplug it from the computer. Wait 10 seconds. Close VTube Studio on my phone. Replug it in. Open VTube Studio. This is gonna be the thing that does it. Watch this. Okay. Okay. USB started.
Aha! I have once again become mobile.
Oh gosh. Anyways. Back to the lo-fi. That's what we've been listening to this entire time, by the way. Is lo-fi hip-hop radio beats to relax/study to. Just in case you were curious. Anyways, I'm just gonna kill this guy really quick. Probably gonna be super easy. Definitely not going to be a big problem. Yeah, he's gonna be easy to. He's gonna be so easy to fight. Look at him. Look at him. He's just some kind of big fucking e-boy. Some kind of fucking e-boy gamer boy. This is nothing. Look at this. Look at this. I'll do a fucking combo really quick. Oh, fuck. Oh, but I landed in the water, so I'm not on fire anymore. Easy gamer kill. I'm gonna kill him in like 3 hits. Watch this. 1, 2. Wait. 3. Oh, fuck, he's still alive. Did I do it wrong? What's going on? I don't understand. That was definitely supposed to... Oh, God, Jesus.
Aye!
Here I come.
Waha!
Oh, I can have affinity up. Y'all, my affinity is up. Does he have an e-boy fund? What's an e-boy fund? I was thinking about opening a e-girl fund. What's that thing called? What is it called? It's like... I don't know. There's like a website. It's like a wish list website, but you don't have to give your address away. And like people can send you stuff. Because I don't want it... Crown? Is it called Crown? Throne? Because I don't want to give out my address, but I don't want to open a PO box because I'm a little strapped right now because I got a lot of bills to pay related to my old place. So, you know, I got some stuff to take care of before I can fuck around. But I would like to try that at some point. It looks like a Bitcoin website. Oh no. Oh, but it's not. Okay, good. So it looks like one, but it isn't. I don't even know what a Bitcoin website looks like because I have never ever once been interested in any of that shit. I have never wanted to get a digital fucking wallet or whatever. Oh, Jesus. Yo, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? What the hell? That was insane. Come on, get him, get him, get him. Kill him, kill him, kill him. There we go. The lo-fi monster fighting. Yeah, it's fun, isn't it? It's very chill. I feel like I'm doing worse than I usually do at Monster Hunter. Like, I usually don't have that much problems with Wind Serpent Ibushi. But I'm listening to the chill vibes and I can't focus on hunting monsters right now. I got into Rise way too late. Like, I just, like, everybody was playing it back when it came out, and they were all playing it in, like, my friends' Discord servers, and I missed out on it completely. Even though I'm a huge Monster Hunter fan, I just barely played Rise at all. And then it was like 3 days before the PC version came out. I got really into the Switch version, and then all of my friends were like, "Let's play the PC version," which I do have a copy of it because I got like a promotional copy from a Capcom dude, Mr. Capcom dude himself. So I had the game, but I was like, oh, I just put all this effort getting into high rank in the Switch version, but I guess I'll switch over. So I made a whole new character specifically for online with my friends. Cause like when I was like playing Monster Hunter 4 for the first time, it's still my favorite Monster Hunter, I think. By far, by a pretty big margin. Monster Hunter 4 was just like the perfect game for me. And it still is, in a way, in my heart, in my mind's eye. But I never had anybody to play it with, so I would always play by myself, and I only did the single player stuff. And then I would sometimes do multiplayer stuff, but only as myself, and they weren't scaled like they are now. Like right now, if you play Monster Hunter Rise, and you play hub quests by yourself, they're scaled down so that you can beat them normally. But in Monster Hunter 4, you had two difficulties, single player and multiplayer. And the multiplayer stuff as a single player expected you to have 4 people. So if you do the content by yourself, even if you live for a long time, you will most likely run out of time trying to kill it because you're supposed to have more people than just yourself. But I still had the most fun with that game, even though I didn't have anybody to play with it. But I was watching people stream it every single fucking day. Every single day I was watching people stream with 4-person groups. And I was like, what the fuck? I wanna fucking do this. And now I finally get the experience now. Years and years later of playing with other people on the PC version, and it makes me so happy that I have like a group, I have a squad. I'd love to stream it sometime with all them, just because collabs are like the most fucking fun in the universe. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a good time. Is it just me, or is this guy kind of easy for an Elder Dragon? He's kind of a pushover. I'm just saying. Yeah, he's a big soft boy. Oh, I got Tiastra powder.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Oh shit, are they gonna fight now? Awesome, awesome, awesome. You don't usually get the monster fights in quick succession like this. Usually I feel like it's only every once in a while. You usually only get one also, but this time it's two.
Hiya!
Any mods in here? There's tons of mods in here. Look at all the swords. Look at all the fucking swords in chat. Hey chat, where's your sword? Show off your swords.
Show off your swords if you're in chat with a sword.
Jeez, you're like breathing fire and stuff. You're so mad. Like, I'm sure this guy, if he could hit me, would be a lot more dangerous. But like, I mean, even then, he has hit me a couple times. It's not really been all that threatening. See, look at that. Look at that. That's like normal monster damage. I'm not scared of you. You big fucking freak.
Die.
Oh, now I'm almost dead. I can't help but talk shit on the monsters that I'm fighting.
Get him.
I guess it's hard in the way that everything he does like burns you a little bit. But it's not that bad. Not that bad, not that bad. Spin at him, Beyblade. Beyblade technique. It's just that easy. It's just that easy, folks. Y'all got big funny green knives in chat.
Whoa.
Beyblade. Pew, 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 pew. Oh fuck, I'm gonna die. If he does anything to me, I'm gonna die. Oh, look at that though. I didn't die.
Hoo-yah!
Fuck. He yelled at me and I got scared. Are you leaving? He's running away. We made him sad. Is it just because we're trying to kill you? Because if so...
I think you should get a backbone. Get a backbone and then it won't be so bad.
I love bullying all the monsters that I fight. Just like verbally. Verbally being like, ah, you fucking big bitch. You would run away. You would run away from this fight.
You fucking freak.
Y'all like that big wall jump I did? I love doing that shit so much. Like, okay, so the method is you have 2 wire bugs. And then it's like, oh, this wall's way too big to climb. But what if you use your dog, bounce off the wall, then run up the wall, then do the wire bug, go up, do it again, and then you're up. Oh, Psychic Surge, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome back. Thank you. It's good to be back. We just got done doing a lot of heavy talk, but good heavy talk, like good vibes. We talked about some deep stuff. Epic speedrun strats. It's actually like slower than going around in most situations, as Ku has outlined for me, but I'm still gonna do it the other way because I think it's more fun. I think it's fun to jump up mountains. You see that mountain there in the distance? You can climb that.
Ah!
See that monster right there in the distance? You can slay that. You can be the Great Annihilator. Oh shit, I get to ride him now. This is like going surprisingly smoothly. Fuck boulders. I'm gonna chop up your face really quick. Just to make a point.
Hiya!
Aw, are you mad? Why are you mad?
Why are you so angry?
I think just being near him lights me on fire. Oh, fuck, what did we break? Did we break his horns? Ah, sorry, dude. Look at this anime shit you can do. Here, wait, hang on, I'm gonna... Fuck. Oh, shy. Every attack missed, but that was cool. It's like a sheath and then unsheath and then do your attack. And I'm dead. I have died now.
I have become dead. Let me ride! Thank you.
I'm coming back, Mr. Teostra.
Teostra! Let's hang out. I was having such a good time before.
Sword and Shield and also Bowgun. I've just kind of decided that, like, for every Monster Hunter game I play, I'm going to use a different weapon. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Can I get them to fight each other again? Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Fight, fight, fight. Anger, anger, fight. Come on. Come on, do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it, do it, do it. Do it. Yes! No, no, don't walk away. Don't walk. Ah, he's just leaving. He's just leaving. That's no fun.
What a baby! Is it just because you got your ass kicked before? Ay, ya, ya, ya.
Hunting Horn is also, yeah, Hunting Horn is also very cool. I started with dual blades and now I'm on this shit. And I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Excuse me. Don't kill me, please.
I actually forgot that the longsword was basically like the main weapon of this game. Like, it's like the one that they give you all the upgrades, or they give you all the story-related weapons for. I forgot. Like, completely and entirely. I was just like, let's use this one. Let's try this one out. And I was like, oh, this is fucking fun. How you doing, Big Lion? Are you almost dead? I was kind of hoping you'd almost be dead. I haven't broken your tail yet, though. The sword is, in fact, long. Yes. Yes, it is. I love this sheath. Look how it's, like, curly. It's all funky looking.
Why are you so bad? Why are you yelling at me?
Thank you so much for the subby. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Fuck your tail. No more tail for you. Get fucked. Oops. I used that at the wrong time.
Blech.
This guy is not that bad to fight, personally. I mean, I did just faint, but, like, whatever. Ignore that. Ignore that. This guy's easy. This guy's easy. This guy's a big fucking idiot baby. I just think compared to the other Elder Dragons, I haven't been having nearly as hard of a time as I am with this, or with the other ones. This guy's an easy boy.
Easy, easy. Get him! Get him! Get him! With that venom and momentum! Venom! Venom! He's an alien with a guy in him!
I still haven't seen Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage. I hear it's just as silly and weird as the first one, which makes me excited. I love it when things are both silly and weird. Python, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I hope you have a good time. I'm currently coming off of a huge hiatus, so welcome. This stream is a bit unprecedented. Usually I make a schedule and all that good stuff, but this time I was just like, you know? You know when you say that? When you say those words in that order? Did I break all your pieces? Are you almost dead? You're like bumming me out, dude.
Fall over.
Oh, he's running away.
Hiya!
Where's my horse? There's my horse.
Yeah.
Venom 2 is so much fun. More movies need to be fun on purpose. It's kind of fucked up that they're not. Fire dragon scale? That seems like a generic item. Is that generic or is that exclusive to Teostra? Also, he's more of a lion than a dragon. I mean, he has the wings, but like, look at him. Fucking look at him. Look at his face. That's a fucking lion. That's Simba. That's literally Simba right there. That's Matthew Broderick. Take this, Matthew Broderick. Simba should be here. Truly.
Die!
He's just not going down, is what I've noticed. I don't know how weakened he is, though. I'm just sort of going for it. Just sort of living the dream.
Whee!
What are they gonna add Clifford the big red dog to this game? Like, to kill? You can't kill Clifford. He's a big red dog. He's a big funny friend. He didn't do nothing wrong. He's just a big ol' fucking freak. Can't just start killing all the freaks we see. Some freaks rule. Oh, god damn. I am feeling the effects, gamers. I think this is my last hunt. Nice.
Nice.
I just do a quick 200 fucking damage to you, idiot.
Hi.
Fight Clifford like you would a Dark Souls boss. Emily Elizabeth just walks up to Clifford and the big red health bar appears. Oh, did I just dodge under that? Oh, I'm so cool. Chat, I'm so cool. Aren't you glad you're following such an epic gamer of a streamer?
Just an epic gamer all around? Oh, I'm dead! God damn it!
I know he's almost dead. All of his pieces are gone. All of his bits are cut off. I know he's almost dead. Of course I would die right after being like, oh, aren't I the most epic gamers of gaming? And those are real words and a real sentence. And I'll thank you not to question it. All right, let's do this. Let's just finish this. Let's just kill this guy. Let's just kill this guy. Get home before supper. I need to eat after this, actually, because I didn't have dinner. I wanted to do this stream way earlier because I did want to talk about all this stuff today. And I ended up sleeping, like, all day. And I mean, like, all day. Like, I woke up at a pretty normal time. And I got a bunch of work done. I got a bunch of my clothes folded. And I was just cleaning the apartment. And then I was like, you know what? I want to stream, but I don't think I'm in the right headspace. I think I'll lay down for like an hour and then I'll do it. And then I slept for 6 fucking hours. I'm not even kidding. 6 fucking hours. I wasn't even that tired, but I slept for 6 hours. I got up and I was like, what year is it? What year is it? Turns out it is in fact 2022. I just was a very sleepy salamander. Oh, he's sleeping. Oh, he is almost dead. I knew it. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Do I have any barrels? I don't have any large barrels. Ugh. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. You can only lay down 2 at a time. I know he's not gonna go down easy, but I kind of want him to. I kind of want him to just drop like in the next hit. Right? Next hit? You'll drop in the next hit for me? Die! Nope. Not it. Not the next hit. Not it.
Not it, not it, not the next hit. Woo!
But surely the start of this combo will kill you. Is the Magnamalo here? Oh my god, are they gonna fight again? Yes! Yes! You fucking crazy freaks! Ooh! Alright, this is how we're gonna kill him. We're gonna hang out on the Magnamalo. Die! I diagnose you with stop! The Magnamalo just fucked off immediately. Oh, I got an extra carve. Oh wait, no, it's an Elder Dragon. There's always an extra carve.
Yay! Wow, 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 wow!
Let's see what we can make out of this, and then we'll start to wrap up.
I'm a sleepy salamander, everybody. But I'm also a hungry salamander. Hum num 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 num.
Look at all this shit. I got a bunch of free shit.
Free shit, delicious, yum.
Can you capture in this game? You can capture, but not Elder Dragons. You can't capture that guy.
Can't capture the big boy. Can't capture the big boy.
I think that's always a thing. That's always been a thing, is that Elder Dragons can't be captured. But I don't know, because I've only fought a couple Elder Dragons in Monster Hunter 4. Let's see if we get a new weapon. Teostra tree? Oh, we can make this if we have more money, we can make this. That's pretty cool. It's not actually that strong, but it's cool. Forge armor. Kaiser. It's called Kaiser armor. What does it look like? It's pretty cool. It's not really my style at all. But I'm sure it has great fire resistance, so it's definitely useful. Just not my thing. Well, hell yeah. Let's fucking save. Save our progress.
Let's save our progress.
Oh, we gotta talk to Guildmaster Hojo. What's up, Hojo? Welcome back. I did, in fact, extinguish Teostra's flame. Yeah. Yeah. Hunter rate cap is now 999? What the fuck? What? That's so funny. What the fuck? Reach HR 50. I thought it was 999. That's so funny. If I was a Power Ranger, what would my Zord be? I don't know. Doesn't it depend on the season? There's all different styles of Zord. I'm gonna go ahead and save again. And then I'm gonna do this. Watch this. Sleep! That's what I'm about to do. I'm about to go into sleep mode. I doubt that this was a fan art heavy stream, because I was just chilling out and chatting about some heavy shit. But I will check just in case. I do want to say thank you to everybody for the donations. It really means a lot to me. Oh fuck, there is fan art. Oh wow. There's quite a bit of fan art, if I'm being perfectly honest. Let's check the wiki. What is it? I don't remember. Is it wikibox.buru.org? Oh fuck, I did it. Oh, there's more fan art even still on here. Wow. All right. Let's do this. Let's do this. Y'all are so nice. I was not expecting there to be fan art for this stream. This is by Carlito B1010. Let's look at the art first. So cute. So cute. Time goes on, things come and go. One thing that's constant, you continue to grow. Your confidence, humor, influence, and laugh fills our hearts and brains with moments so daft. To see how far you've come is truly neat. To see what's coming up is even more of a treat. For all of these things, I can't say this enough. Thank you for guiding us through the waves, calm and rough. So here's to a new year with plenty of memories to make and plenty of chances to take. It might feel tough for you to stay true, but I know you can do it. We all believe in you. If you ever feel a struggle, if you're ever in doubt, don't forget to give the ones you love a shout. And one last thing from this little island boy. Ah! I knocked my phone over! God damn it! I was having a moment. I was having a fucking moment. Jesus Christ. Thank you, as always, for being a bundle of joy. Welcome back, Joy. We all missed you. I missed y'all too. Thank you. Thank you so fucking much. Thank you so much. Wow. God damn. That's incredible. Thank you. It says, Dollop Streams, it has been quite some time since I posted something to the Buru, but I've never been so glad to do this again. First of all, I'm so happy you're back, feeling better, and just doing better overall. I wanted to say this in addition to what's on paper. As someone who's been watching your streams for 18 months now, I will always be grateful for the stuff that you do. You are, without a shadow of a doubt, the funniest, coolest, most talented human being I've ever come across on Twitch. And I'm so grateful to have witnessed you push through so much stuff, grow and gain more confidence in yourself and your skills. And to see you ascend to new heights with so many people that you've impacted, helped, or shown light on, it makes me really excited to see what's next up. Because the fact is, Joy, through everything you do, you bring us joy. Being yourself, being your awesome, funny self has done so well for you, and I believe in you all the way. Welcome back, and here's to many, many more memories this year and beyond. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you soon. Thank you. Thank you so much. God. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's by Carlito B1010. I'll go ahead and... Oh, this one is by Ivia June. Ivia June! This is so cute. This is so cute. Oh my god. I saw you posted this one on Twitter also. It says, welcome back, Dollop Days. Enjoyed listening you share your deep thoughts on stream and hopes your 2022 is inspirational. Wish you a successful year. Thank you so much. Thank you, June. Thank you so much. Ah! Oh my god. Whew. God, I am fucking... brain is exploding. A little speed paint I did while vibing to tonight's stream. So happy you're back and doing better. Truly my favorite streamer. Thank you so much. Oh, there's a video. Wow. Wow. I love seeing the process. Ah, this looks so good. Oh my God. Wow. Oh my God. I love this. I love this so much. Wow. Oh, this looks so good. This looks so good. Ah! I love it. I love it so much. You did amazing. Thank you so much. That's by Marantula Art. Thank you, Marantula Art. I go back, and this is by Said Draws. Starting to draw again. Finished a doodle from last month. Oh, so this might have actually been not today. When was this posted? January 7th. So that was posted a while ago, but I didn't see it because I wasn't checking the tag. But thank you so much. Thank you, Said Draws. I love this. I adore this so much. This is so cute. This is so adorable. Thank you. This isn't a drawing, but I felt like this audio from my from my partner counts as fan art. What is this?
Hello, I'm a Marxist dollopist.
Excuse me.
It's very funny. It's very funny. I love it. That's from Sacrilege. I think everything else we have, in fact, seen on a previous stream. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and refresh everything just in case anybody uploaded a little bit after we started doing the Buru view. And it looks like we're good to go. Thank you, everybody, so much for coming to the stream. I appreciate it so much. I missed you all, like, immensely. And I miss doing this, but also be quiet, Twitch. I don't think I could have come back any earlier, genuinely. I don't think I could have gotten back to this any sooner. You gonna check Discord too? I usually don't, but if there's Discord, then if you're telling me there's Discord, I'll check Discord, but I usually do not check Discord. Fan art. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh no. I feel this in my bones. I feel this in my fucking bones. This is by Dragon Catman. Here. This is by Dragon Catman. That's the vibe. That's the vibe lately. That's the vibe I've been going. Oh. That's the sounds I've been making. That's the sounds I've been making. Thank you so much. I love it. I love it.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But yeah, as I was gonna say, like I don't think I could have come back any earlier. And I definitely don't think I could have done like a regular stream like I've always been doing up until now. I think that I had to take a break. I had to take care of myself and just, you know, make another stream when I'm ready. And I'll come back full. I might do another like fun stream here and there, just like to hang out and vibe. But I'll be back on my shit pretty soon with like a schedule and all that good stuff. Yeah, we'll make some more fun memories, you know, because I had a lot of good memories from the past few years, and I'm gonna make more. And with this sort of new mindset that I've been getting myself into, I am just hoping that I can do what I want without feeling like guilty or stressed or whatever. And we could just have a good time. We could just hang out and do what we got to do and enjoy ourselves. So thank you for coming to the stream, everybody. Thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and get these credits set up, and then we'll do a fun little raid. And I will see you all next time. Hopefully it will not be another month before I stream again. How do I, fuck it was, what's the website where everything I do is hosted? Streamlabs? I gotta fix that. Fuck Streamlabs. How do I do this? I don't remember. I don't remember how anything works. How do I do credits? Okay. All right. Thank you everybody for coming to the stream. And I hope you all have a good night. Goodbye. Bye. Oh fuck, the credits are busted. Hang on. Rolling credits. Go away for a brief moment, please. Okay. Goodbye, everybody!